Welcome to part 3 of our tour at the China Archaeological Museum. This section showcases treasures from the prehistory gallery to the Sui, Tang, and Song periods, including exquisite pottery, jade, bronze artifacts, and chariot relics. Here, you will explore how ancient Chinese society expressed daily life, ceremonial rituals. One of the most fascinating chapters in the history of early Chinese civilization, the Jade Ritual objects of the Xia-shang period. More than 3,500 years ago, during the transition from the Xia dynasty to the Shang dynasty, ancient China witnessed the emergence of powerful kingdoms, advanced bronze technology, and sophisticated ceremonial traditions. Among the most important symbols of authority and spiritual belief were jade ritual objects. In ancient China, jade was far more valuable than gold. It represented purity, power, virtue, and a connection between heaven and earth. Only kings, nobles, high-ranking officials, and religious leaders were allowed to possess the finest jade artifacts. One remarkable example is the jade bai with blade, discovered at the Erlitou site, which many scholars associate with the late Xia dynasty. This unique object combines the circular bai disc, symbolizing heaven, with a ceremonial blade representing authority and power. Such artifacts were not practical tools. Instead, they were used in important rituals, ceremonies, and royal burials to demonstrate status and legitimacy. Another extraordinary object from this period is the famous Xiao Mu Gui bronze square-zun vessel. Although made of bronze, its design reflects the close relationship between jade culture and bronze craftsmanship. Decorated with intricate patterns and sophisticated artistic details, vessels like this were used during ceremonial offerings to ancestors and deities. They reveal the remarkable technological achievements already reached by Chinese civilization more than 3 millennia ago. The Xia-shang period also saw the development of large urban centers, complex social hierarchies, and organized state-level governance. Ritual objects played a crucial role in maintaining political authority and religious traditions. Through ceremonies involving jade and bronze artifacts, rulers demonstrated their connection to ancestral spirits and their right to govern. These discoveries provide valuable insights into the beliefs, culture, and daily life of early Chinese society. The craftsmanship displayed on these artifacts required highly skilled artisans, advanced carving techniques, and extensive knowledge of materials. Today, these precious relics serve as important evidence of the origins of Chinese civilization. They help us understand how ancient societies evolved from early settlements into organized states with sophisticated political, religious, and cultural systems. As we admire these beautiful jade ritual objects, we are looking directly into a world that existed more than 3,500 years ago. A world where jade symbolized power, spirituality, and the foundation of one of the world's oldest continuous civilizations. These agate bead strings date back to the Western Zhou dynasty, around 1046 to 770 BC, discovered at the Zhangjiapo Cemetery in Changan, Shanxi. Crafted from vibrant agate, these beads were carefully strung to create ornamental jewelry, reflecting the artistry and cultural sophistication of the period. They showcase the importance of adornment and ritual in Western Zhou society. The China Archaeology Museum, where we explore one of the most important archaeological discoveries of China's Western Zhou dynasty, the Zhangjiapo Western Zhou Cemetery. Located in present-day Changan district of Xi'an, Shanxi province, this vast cemetery dates from approximately 1046 BC to 770 BC and provides an extraordinary window into the political, social, and cultural life of early Zhou civilization. Covering nearly 100,000 square meters, archaeologists have uncovered more than 1,000 tombs, making Zhangjiapo one of the largest and best-preserved Western Zhou burial grounds ever discovered in China. As you look across the excavation site, you can see an organized layout of tombs arranged in carefully planned sections. This reflects the highly structured nature of Zhou society, where rank, status, and family lineage played a central role in everyday life and even in death. The Western Zhou dynasty was established after the Zhou defeated the Shang dynasty around 1046 BC. It became one of the most influential periods in Chinese history, laying the foundations for political systems, ritual traditions, and social values that would shape China for centuries. The discoveries at Zhangjiapo help historians understand how this ancient society functioned. Among the most important finds are magnificent bronze ritual vessels, including bronze ding, gui, ju, and zun vessels. These were not ordinary household items. They were used during state ceremonies, ancestral worship rituals, royal banquets, and important political events. In Zhou culture, bronze vessels symbolized authority, wealth, and political power. The larger and more elaborate the vessel, the higher the social status of its owner. Many of the bronzes discovered here are decorated with intricate geometric patterns, mythical creatures, dragons, birds, and animal motifs, demonstrating extraordinary craftsmanship achieved nearly 3,000 years ago. One of the most fascinating artifacts displayed in the museum is the beast-shaped bronze zun vessel. This remarkable wine vessel combines practical function with artistic imagination. Designed in the form of a mythical animal, it reflects the spiritual beliefs, ritual traditions, and advanced bronze casting technology of the Western Zhou period. Another remarkable discovery is the collection of jade artifacts found throughout the cemetery. In ancient China, jade was considered more valuable than gold. It symbolized purity, virtue, and spiritual power. Elite members of society were often buried with jade objects that reflected their rank and status. The famous jade song displayed here represents both artistic excellence and religious belief. Such objects were believed to connect the earthly world with the spiritual realm and were often used in ceremonial activities. One of the most fascinating areas of the site is the chariot pit. Archaeologists uncovered the remains of horse-drawn chariots and horses buried alongside elite individuals. During the Western Zhou period, chariots were symbols of military power and aristocratic status. Only nobles and high-ranking officials could afford to own and use them. These discoveries reveal the importance of warfare, transportation, and political authority in early Chinese civilization. The museum also displays a variety of bronze weapons, including ji halberds, spearheads, and ceremonial weapons. These artifacts provide important evidence of military organization and battlefield technology during the Western Zhou dynasty. The bronze ji, or halberd, was one of the most important weapons of ancient China and remained in use for centuries. Perhaps most importantly, Zhangjiapo helps us understand how Zhou society was organized. The size of tombs, the quantity of burial goods, and the placement of artifacts all reveal a clearly defined social hierarchy. Kings, nobles, warriors, and commoners occupied different positions within society, and these distinctions were reflected in their burials. For archaeologists, Zhangjiapo serves as a historical archive preserved beneath the earth. Every tomb, every bronze vessel, every jade artifact, and every weapon tells a story about the people who lived during one of China's most influential dynasties. Today, the site continues to provide valuable information about ancient Chinese religion, politics, technology, military development, bronze craftsmanship, and ritual traditions. As we conclude our visit to the China Archaeology Museum and the Zhangjiapo Western Zhou Cemetery exhibition, we are reminded that these discoveries are more than ancient objects. The site of the ancient capital of Luoyang, located in Hunan Province, Luoyang was one of the most important cities in ancient China, serving as the political, economic, and cultural center during the Han and Wei dynasties. The ruins of Luoyang reveal the city's structured layout, with clear divisions of palace areas, streets, gates, and residential quarters, showcasing the advanced planning and organization of ancient Chinese capitals. In 494 AD, Emperor Xia of the Northern Wei dynasty moved the capital to Luoyang, reaffirming its role as the political center of northern China and promoting cultural integration across different regions. The urban planning principles of Luoyang influenced later capitals, including those of the Sui and Tang dynasties, leaving a lasting impact on Chinese city design. These figures are part of a musical entourage in an imperial procession during the Northern Qi dynasty, around 550 to 577 AD. Each horseman wears a cage crown headdress, a symbol of ceremonial rank and authority. Their wide-sleeved robes drape naturally, reflecting the clothing style of the period. The riders are shown performing various actions, holding musical instruments or other objects, vividly portraying the ceremonial music and entertainment that accompanied imperial processions. These artifacts highlight the importance of ritual, music, and hierarchy in Northern Qi court culture. By examining the details of their attire, posture, and instruments, we gain insight into the ceremonial life and artistry of the Northern Qi dynasty. The China Archaeology Museum's Zhongdu exhibit. Here we explore the ancient capital city of the Jin dynasty, Zhongdu, built in 1151 by the Jurchen rulers. Zhongdu was a major political and cultural center, reflecting the continuation of ritual and order in the governance of a capital city. The Jin rulers incorporated traditional Chinese city planning, influenced by the ideals recorded in the ancient rites of Zhou. Zhongdu was designed with a three-layer city layout, consisting of an outer city, the imperial city, and the palace city. The central north-south axis runs through gates and key buildings, establishing a highly structured and orderly city plan. This layout not only served administrative and defensive purposes, but also reinforced the authority and status of the ruling class. Later dynasties, including the Yuan and Ming, inherited and adapted these planning principles in their capitals. On display, we can see exquisite artifacts unearthed from Zhongdu, including celadon dishes, white glazed bowls, and tripod censers. These items demonstrate the advanced ceramic craftsmanship of the Jin dynasty, combining elegance, practicality, and ritual significance. The white glazed bowls are renowned for their delicate and smooth surface, while celadon wares reflect a graceful and sophisticated aesthetic. Tripod censers and other ceremonial vessels reveal the importance of rituals and offerings in Jin society. These artifacts provide valuable insight into the economic, cultural, and technological development of the Jin dynasty. They reveal a vibrant urban life, artistic achievements, and the integration of multiple cultural influences. Standing before these treasures, we are reminded that Zhongdu was more than a city. The development of Chinese calligraphic styles during the Qin and Han dynasties, The Qin dynasty standardized writing across the empire using the small seal script, creating a unified system that strengthened administration and cultural identity. During the Han Dynasty, new scripts like clerical, regular, and cursive emerged, allowing for wider literacy and everyday use.